right, and welcome to A Little More Light podcast, where we talk about how to make your life better, but not only your life, but the life of other people around you. And one of the ways to do that, one of the most powerful things that exists in Judaism is a holiday that we celebrate very, very often. And it's a holiday about doing nothing. So it's very counterintuitive, right? We're talking about success, making your life better, being more productive, and at the same time, we're saying by doing nothing, you're being more productive. How does that make sense? It's either you're doing something and being productive, or if you do nothing, then you're not being productive. How by doing nothing, you're actually doing something? And, a lot of time, it's a very hard concept to understand because we think that the busier we are, the more we get done. And that's a concept that is completely wrong. Meaning, if you were non-stop working, every time you want to understand something and you want to find an answer to something, you go to the extreme. So let's say you work non-stop, constantly, every single day, 7 days a week. You wake up very, very early, go to sleep very, very late, have very little sleep, just the minimum, and then go about your day and work like that 365 days a year, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. What do you think will happen? You're going to break down. Not only are you going to break down, you're going to be less productive. You're going to start failing. Your mind, your body, your soul is not going to be able to handle it. Why? Because you weren't created to work so much, so long, without a break. See, one of the most beautiful things that God created is that us human beings have to sleep. We can't go on 3, 4, 5 days. I'm not sure what the maximum is, but I'm sure after a week of no sleeping, you can't function. You can't. It's just not physically possible. And that shows us, it's a reminder that we need to take a break in order to be more productive. Because I can promise you, if you don't sleep for a week, it doesn't matter if somebody is very productive or not productive, anyone will beat you the second week because you won't be able to function. And so one of the most important things in Judaism is Shabbat. And Shabbat is basically a day where you do nothing. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that because doing nothing is actually not 100% doing nothing. You're actually doing something by doing nothing. And even the nothing that you do is actually maybe more of a something than the other things you do during the week. Very confusing, right? But we're going to explain. So in life, every single day, you wake up in the morning, and the moment you turn on your phone, the moment you walk outside the door, or you turn on the radio, or you turn on the TV, you are bombarded nonstop with advertisement, with people telling you what you should do, how you should live your life, what you should buy, what you should sell, whether it's in the stock market, whether it's a new car, whether it's a new dress, whether it's new clothes, whatever it is. Every single moment of your day, someone is trying to sell you something and tell you that if you don't buy this, either you're not going to be successful, you're not going to appear successful. The things that you didn't even know existed yesterday are things that people are telling you now you can't live without. And it's a crazy idea. You didn't even know it existed. Of course, you didn't know you needed it because you didn't know it existed. But today, we are convincing you that you must use this item, the new iPhone, the new model of this car, the new fashion that's going on, and you can't go about work. You can't go about your life without owning that thing. And so society is trying to push us to consume more and more and more and more by creating this imagery, this marketing, this campaign, this propaganda, even you could call it, of us having to purchase and consume more and more and more. And it's not just about stuff. It's also idea, what you're supposed to think, where you're supposed to go to school, what kind of work you're supposed to have. Well, this work is better than this work because it's more respectable, because it makes more money. The whole concept of money is about acquiring things that are physical, where if you think about it for a minute, it might not even be possible to imagine a life where you could be happy without being rich. And this is really what society is pushing out constantly, is that you need to be rich so that you could buy this stuff, so that when you buy this stuff, you could be successful. And when you're successful, you're happy. And that's completely wrong. It's completely wrong because stuff don't make you happy. It doesn't matter if they're shiny, if they look nice. Of course, it's something that you can appreciate, but at the same time, it's not the key to happiness. And so Judaism tells us that you must take one day where you imagine the whole week is like a huge storm and you're being bombarded with so many different messaging from every different places. And it's very, very stressful, and you don't realize that it's stressful because now you feel like you need something that you don't have. And when you feel you're something that you don't have, you feel you're judged by others because you don't have that last thing. You have the older model, you have the old thing. And so you go on with life and you're not happy because you feel frustrated. But it's not because you're unhappy about life. It's because you feel judged by others or you feel unfulfilled because of other people's opinion, not even your own opinion. And so in Judaism, on Shabbat, Friday night, is when you completely shut off your phone. You don't turn on the TV. You actually don't even go too far away. You stay home. And not only you staying home, you're staying and choosing consciously who you're going to be spending the next 24 hours with. And so instead of randomly meeting people or randomly getting a phone call or randomly watching something and staying up late, what we are telling you in Judaism is close all this out and choose and make a decision who you want to spend the next 24 hours with. And when you make that choice, then invest in that choice. Meaning, don't just lock the doors and stay home with that person, plan it. It's about inviting friends, celebrating with family. It says that on Shabbat, you should spend the most money you have on Shabbat. And the reason for that is because you're going to be spending money, meaning buying good food, a nice tablecloth, good tableware, inviting guests, sharing with others, celebrating, eating the most expensive food you could afford, the most expensive wine you could purchase. And by doing so, you're going to be creating a lasting connection with the people you want to connect with. But not only that, you're also going to be able to hear your own inner voice, to be able to hear your own dreams, not dreams that other people are telling you should dream about, but things that you actually want to achieve. Because you see, when we talk about purpose, in the past few episodes, we talk about something that we were created to do, that we're unique, that we're needed. And the only way you could hear and get in touch with who you really are is when you take a moment, a pause, and you shut out everything and you're just around people you trust, you love, and that are here to only see you grow. And the same thing in return, you're there for them as well. And so all these things are a choice. It could either happen or not happen. And so you must consciously choose to stop and disconnect. And if you do that, I promise you, you will be able to think more about your own dreams and the things you really want, and eventually you will reach happiness. So, and Shabbat is not so simple, meaning the way God said you should celebrate Shabbat, it's not about just taking a day off and having a good time. No, celebrating Shabbat means that you are consciously making decisions to spend time with people, but it says 6 days a week you should work, and on the 7th day you should rest. That's what Shabbat is. And so in order to celebrate Shabbat, you must work very, very hard on those other 6 days. A lot of time people live in the gray zone. And the gray zone is I work hard, I play hard, I stay up late, watch movies, wake up in the morning, go back to work, and kind of like you're just on, almost just a routine, and nothing is really hard, nothing is really fun or really easy. And so you're living in this gray zone, and this goes on every single day of the week. And if you don't have Shabbat, then it continues on Shabbat and the next week and over until you feel like, what am I doing? Where am I going? Everything is just so monochrome. Everything just feels boring. I don't feel like I'm doing anything meaningful. And of course, you're going to feel this way because if every single day it's that gray zone, nothing really hard or really easy or really fun or really anything, then eventually you're going to feel this way. And so the solution to this is most people in the evening, spend 2, 3, 4 hours, or whatever it is, turning on the TV, watching sports, watching a movie, watching Netflix, and all these things. I promise you, if you go to sleep at 9 o'clock, the first few nights going to be very difficult. But going to sleep at 9 o'clock means also you're waking up at 5 a.m. If you wake up at 5 a.m. every single day of the week, at 9 o'clock, you're going to be tired. And I promise you, at 5 a.m., you're not going to be going onto the TV or the computer and watch Netflix or whatever it is, sports or whatever you missed the night before. You're going to be actually productive. You're going to shower, you're going to go to the gym, you're going to start working, you're going to start writing, you're going to start writing your goals, you're going to start planning, you're going to start planning the weekend, you're going to start doing many different things that you wouldn't necessarily do when you're tired from work and come back from work at 6, 7, 8, or wherever you come back from work. You're going to be usually exhausted and not have the energy to put any of that into action, whether it's working out, whether it's writing your goal, whether it's writing a book, whether it's writing your thought, whether it's studying, whether it's learning, doing something different. That's something you can do at 5 a.m. And when you work 6 days a week and you work hard and you wake up early and you get things done and you're busy and then you go to sleep, and then on Shabbat, you plan out an amazing meal with friends, playing games, playing cards, going to synagogue, having fun, laughing, singing, spending real good quality time, you're going to finally open up. And not only are you going to open up and discover who you are, but you're going to have the energy to carry you on the next week full of ambition, of dreams, of things you want to do, and not only wanting to do it, but actually having the time, the energy, and the mental health to really go ahead and do this. So I challenge you, try it. Maybe don't try 24 hours at the beginning. Maybe just try Friday night. As soon as sunset hits in your town, wherever you are, shut down your phone, shut down your TV, light some candles, leave the lights on, have a nice meal with family and friends, talks about different topics that you want to talk, prepare for it. Prepare for it so that it's a successful evening, and I promise you, you will enjoy it and hopefully become part of your routine until you can do the full day, the full Shabbat. Wishing you all a great week, a successful week, a week where we're going to be productive, and then at the end of the week where we're going to be able to rest and celebrate Shabbat. Have a great day. Be well. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share. I'd really appreciate it. And wishing you all Shabbat Shalom wherever you are. Thank you.